Pam, what are you doing?
What is this?
What are you looking at?
My family got this great gift for Hanukkah, and we've really been enjoying learning and gazing at the stars. In fact, I think I may have discovered a whole new galaxy. Margot, I think you should take a look.
I don't see anything unusual.
No, Margot, look a little more up and to the right.
Wow, I think I see something.
This telescope is so powerful you can even see some events of the council.
Pam, you're right. I can see the Night of Jewish Learning and the Jewish Literacy Initiative.
I want to see. I want to see. I'm looking. Oh, wait. I see it. This is so cool. Oh, I see the Jewish Music and Arts Festival. Oh, and now I see the Westchester County Rally Against Hate. And I see the Synagogue Presidents Plus One Roundtable.
It's my turn. Wow, this is really cool. I see the interfaith clergy trip to Israel.
Shalom from Israel. We visited the Mount Scopus Observatory, and I want you to know that the WJC galaxy is strong here too. Our connection to Israel is very important.
And over there is the event with Mosaic. And a little bit to the left, I see the Afternoon of Music and Joy.
This was the best day
That
ever.
was
That
so
was
great.
so
Wow.
cool.
We already have to
Amazing.
show it to Elliot.
So let's get Elliot. Let's get Elliot.
Hey, what's the commotion? What's going on? I'm having my lunch.
Elliot, you have to see this.
We found a new galaxy of stars.
The Westchester Jewish Council galaxy.
Oh my goodness, let me take a look. Wow, that's incredible.
Let's turn the lights back on.
What an incredible galaxy of volunteer and professional stars we have in Westchester. And tonight, we're honoring our superstars, Pam and Bruce Wetzler, Steve Young, and Alan Weissman of Alfred Weissman Real Estate Company. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready to shine at the 47th anniversary gala of our Westchester Jewish Council.
Good evening, and welcome to the 47th Anniversary Gala of the Westchester Jewish Council. I am Deborah Abrahams-Weiner, a past president of the Council and a member of the Gala fundraising team, and it is my great privilege to introduce one of our wonderful honorees tonight, our corporate honoree, Alan Weissman, representing Alfred Weissman Real Estate, LLC. Each year, we select a company in our community, along with their leadership, who have shown active participation in the Westchester Jewish community and have been great corporate citizens. Tonight, we spotlight the legacy of Alan's father, Alfred, as well as all of Alan's accomplishments and his deep commitment to Jewish life here in Westchester and in the greater Jewish world. He's also a super nice guy and a great, humble family man, husband to Gigi, and dad to their 3 wonderful children. I understand that shortly after Alan and Gigi moved to Westchester from the city so many years ago, that his parents soon followed and ran the business from Westchester ever since. Alan serves as the principal of Alfred Weissman Real Estate, where he oversees development and asset management. They have a diverse portfolio of a wide range of real estate assets, including a recent project of the St. Regis Residences right here in Rye. After college, Alan went on to law school, so his skills and background in law have certainly been valuable in his professional life. In addition to Alan's work at Alfred Weissman Real Estate, he has been very active in the Jewish community. He served as president and board member of many not-for-profit organizations, which you can read about in his impressive biography. I enjoyed getting to know Alan personally through our work on behalf of UJA Federation here in Westchester as members of the Business and Professional Board. Thank you, Alan and Alfred Weissman Real Estate, for your deep commitment to Jewish life and to the Westchester Jewish Council, and for allowing the Westchester Jewish Council to honor you. Many thanks and have a great evening.
It is a real honor to be recognized by the Westchester Jewish Council that connects all the Jewish organizations in Westchester. Over the years, I've watched this organization provide support and coordination to the Jewish community. From security to programming to the community calendar, WJC is there year after year. With leadership from Elliot Forsheimer, a dedicated staff, and a host of amazing presidents, WJC guides the Jewish community through the most challenging of times. 9/11, the financial crisis, anti-Semitism, and even COVID are examples of the Council's quick and prepared response. 60 years ago, my father Alfred started what would become Alfred Weissman Real Estate, with the underlying values of honesty and integrity. Our business is difficult at times, but a strong moral compass helps. After finishing law school, I was privileged to work with my father for 24 years before his passing 7 years ago. I'm truly lucky to have a career that allows me to use my creativity to build exceptional projects, many here in Westchester. I am blessed with the support of my wonderful wife, Gigi, and the love of my children, Lauren, Jack, and Nicole. My mom, Connie, is here tonight as well, and I send her our love. Although I grew up on Long Island, much of our business was here in Westchester. When it came time to decide where to raise our family, Westchester was the obvious choice. One of the factors beyond the short commute was the strength of the Jewish community. WJC allows Jewish institutions to thrive here in Westchester. Although Westchester Jews often identify locally, there is a real communal feeling countywide that is very unusual. The WJC is at the center, bringing together diverse communities from Yonkers to Bedford, from Rye to Tarrytown, and everywhere in between. I would like to end by thanking 3 mentors and friends. 25 years ago, Roy Stillman, Bob Friedland, Gene Lubin, and I purchased the Yonkers Jewish newspaper to expand it county-wide. Our goal was to connect the Jewish community here in Westchester. Although the Westchester Jewish Chronicle only lasted a few years, it was one of the most meaningful things I've ever done. This is why I support the Westchester Jewish Council. Congratulations to my fellow honorees, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
We rallied several of our members to form a task force and join the Westchester Coalition for Resettlement with other synagogues and houses of worship to sponsor and welcome refugee families from Afghanistan and Ukraine. From Congregation B'nai Yisrael in Armonk, it's time to shine with Westchester Jewish Council.
We welcomed an Afghan family to our community.
We recently welcomed a Ukrainian family to our community.
From Congregation Sons of Israel in Briarcliff.
It's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
This semester, we've engaged over 300 students. From Hillels of Westchester, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We're traveling with our teens on a civil rights trip through Georgia and Alabama.
From Temple Israel Center, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
Hello, we're the co-chairs of the ADL Westchester Activist Group. My name is Linda Riefberg.
My name is Karen Rosenfeld. One of the things the ADL does is to meet with political and educational leaders to let them know that we are on the ground combating anti-Semitism and all forms of hate.
We also engage in programs and presentations throughout the county relating to extremism, anti-bias, anti-Zionism. We're in college campuses and we're in synagogues. And we're getting the message out that anti-Semitism and hate in all its forms is not accepted in our county.
It's time to shine, Westchester Jewish Council.
Hi, I'm Leo Sheckman, a junior from Byron Mills High School in Armonk, New York, and I am proud to have delivered over 100 meals to Holocaust survivors in northern Westchester. From the Blue Card, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
PJ Library engages Westchester families through our children's books and our meaningful gatherings connecting local families. From PJ Library in New York, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We bring our values and our love and our mitzvah-centered philosophies of Judaism, we bring them into life and we live them. So we're not just talking about them, we're living them as a community.
It's true. And the relationships among coworkers, among congregants, members, among one another, that's what makes this place special. We get to be exactly who we are here. Don't we, Savannah? Don't we, Galit?
I agree. Yep. From Hebrew Congregation of Somers, it's time to shine with Westchester Jewish Council. Yep.
I first heard the expression Uber volunteer around 5 years ago, and initially I thought that would be a good description of Steve Young. But thinking about all of the things that he has taken on during just the 2+ decades that we have known each other, I was no longer sure that was a good description. Let's start with UJA, where among other things, he's co-chaired the General Insurance Division for 20 years. He served on the board of the Solomon Schechter, now LaFell School, where all 3 of his children attended. Then there's our synagogue, Bethel in New Rochelle. We don't have time for me to list everything he's done, but from synagogue president to Shabbat and Yontif Gabbai to a longtime board and HR committee member and men's club president, his impact has been felt in so many ways. Then there's the Westchester Jewish Council, where we are honoring him tonight for his meritorious service as a board member, officer, member of several committees, including chair of the membership committee and past chair of the Night of Learning committee, and always among the first to volunteer for virtually everything. Then we go on to his legal career. He was a partner at Wilson Elser, where over a 44-year career, he specialized in the defense of non-medical professionals, insurance coverage, and as an employment practices defense attorney. Steve recently became a senior counsel with his firm and will continue to work there on a reduced basis so he can spend more time with his family. Speaking of family, Steve and Debbie met at Camp Masad Bet when Steve was 17 and Debbie was 15, and they started dating 2 years later. The rest, as they say, was history. As noted, they raised 3 children and have 2 grandsons. During the height of the pandemic, this devoted couple moved to Chicago for a year to help care for their grandchildren. And to add to all of this, they're huge rock and roll fans, particularly ardent fans of the Boss. They're Broadway attendees, avid Yankee rooters, and they cheer on Big Blue. So when I thought about it, Uber volunteer just didn't do justice to this incredible gala honoree. Maybe juggler is a better term. After all, with all those hats as a lawyer, volunteer, father, husband, grandfather, and music and sports aficionado, juggling his schedule has to be heroic. Then I figured he either must not sleep at all or else has found a way to get more than 24 hours into the day, because there's no way anybody can do all that Steve does, do it so well, and still have time to sleep. But finally I hit upon the right term for Steve. Very deserving Westchester Jewish Council Gala honoree. So without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce Gala honoree Steve Young.
Thank you to the board, officers, and staff of the Westchester Jewish Council for this honor, and to the Gala Committee for its work in making tonight such a success. It is a privilege to be honored with Pam, Bruce, and Alan. Half of this honor goes to my wife, Debbie. Everything good in my life flows from her. While I will talk about the Council's intra-faith work, I want to briefly celebrate its interfaith work. I had the privilege of meeting many of the non-Jewish clergy who accompanied Elliot and our Westchester rabbis to Israel on the Council and UJA-sponsored trip. Their attendance at Ne'ilah services at Bethel was spiritually and emotionally uplifting. I grew up as a conservative Jew in Whitestone, Queens, because my parents joined the only nearby synagogue. At 17, I took a job working as a kitchen porter in an Orthodox summer camp where I met 15-year-old Debbie. We began dating 2 years later. Debbie's parents were Zionists and sent her to an Orthodox yeshiva because it was the only option for a Jewish education in Elizabeth, New Jersey. A popular Israeli movie at camp was Casablanca. It's considered the Israeli West Side Story and focused on the differences between Ashkenazi and Sephardi Jews in Israel. Although the movie hasn't aged well, the catchy song titled Kulanu Yehudim, or We Are All Jews, was an earworm that stuck with me. We moved to New Rochelle and joined Beth El, a conservative synagogue. Debbie's Orthodox brother lives in Gush Etzion, Israel. Our son-in-law, a Reform rabbi, will be the new rabbi here at Kol Ami in July. Our son belongs to a Reform shul, and our younger daughter got married in a Reconstructionist shul. In other words, we cover all the bases. I was first attracted to the council because of its commitment to the concept of we are all Jews. The council's programs are universal and the place where we can exchange ideas and work together to, among other things, fight anti-Semitism and gain a better understanding of each other in order to further our common interests and the interests of the Westchester community at large. I am thrilled to accept this honor from this special organization, which practices and celebrates the simple concept espoused in that song, Kulanu Yehudim. Thank you.
We had a joint event with the Jewish Agency for Israel's Shim Shanim, where our teens and the Shim Shanim were able to come together over Hanukkah to talk about the struggles they face from anti-Semitism. From Club Z, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
At Westchester Jewish Community Services, we help 20,000 Westchester residents through life's most difficult struggles. From WJCS, it's time to shine.
We are now connecting older adults and volunteers to socialize in-home, on-site, online, and over the phone. From DeRote, Westchester, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
At AJC's Global Forum, we featured New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who announced New York State's proclamation adopting the IRA working definition of anti-Semitism. From AJC Westchester Fairfield, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
This year, we are incredibly proud at Bethel of all the work that we're doing partnering with Hope Community Services, trying to make an impact on our community here in New Rochelle.
From Bethel,
it is time to shine
with the Westchester Jewish Council.
Mazel tov!
Mazel tov!
Mazel tov!
Hi, my name is Lauren Bergita, and I'm here with the Shames JCC on the Hudson. This year, we hosted a Day of Service event, bringing together hundreds of volunteers in person for the first time since January 2020. From the Shames JCC, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We have supported over 100,000 IDF soldiers in the year of 2022.
From Friends of the IDF, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
Good evening. I met my dear friends Pam and Bruce a few years after they moved to Westchester, nearly 30 years ago. Our friendship quickly blossomed, and it wasn't long before we were sharing holidays, marking important milestones, and supporting each other in times of need. The Wexlers' many friends will tell you how much they deeply value and cherish their friendships, nurturing each and every relationship with genuine concern and gestures of kindness and love. This often translates into texts and phone calls of encouragement, skillfully rhymed birthday poems, emergency deliveries of Pam's famous meatballs, my husband's personal favorite, and most recently, a fresh challah for Shabbat after a positive COVID test. Over the years, I also watched my friends Pam and Bruce fulfill a lifelong commitment to Jewish values and to serving those in need. In fact, the Wexlers' leadership roles here in Westchester and in the greater Jewish community have been so numerous, it would take our entire evening just to list them. So instead, let me highlight a few. Pam and Bruce have each served on the board of our own Westchester Jewish Council. Bruce convenes a council roundtable and is a valued member of the executive committee. Pam and Bruce are engaged and dedicated members of Temple Israel Center of White Plains. Bruce's many years of service to the synagogue involved multiple leadership roles, including chairing a senior rabbi search and serving as president of the congregation. I had an opportunity to work closely with Bruce at TIC, and I immediately recognized him as a skilled and effective leader. But what makes working with Bruce so special and fulfilling is his thoughtful and inclusive leadership style that fosters relationships and reinforces a culture of consideration and respect. Bruce brings these highly valued skills to his work as an attorney and senior partner in the Trusts and Estates Department of Loeb and Loeb. Pam and Bruce's enduring passion and commitment to advocate for those in need extends to their longtime involvement with UJA Federation of New York and its agencies. Pam's devotion and love of her work on behalf of UJA is nothing short of extraordinary. Her decades of service as a UJA volunteer encompass countless leadership roles here in Westchester and beyond. Those of us who have worked side by side with Pam can only marvel at her boundless enthusiasm and the generosity of heart and spirit she brings to every task she undertakes. Pam's pro bono legal work gives a voice to women who are survivors of domestic violence and is an expression of her genuine desire to heal the world and advocate for the vulnerable. Core Jewish values that were modeled by her own parents and that she and Bruce lovingly transmitted to their children, Eric and Michelle. Bruce has chaired a number of UJA initiatives, and his current work involves the planning and allocation of critical resources. Pam and Bruce are a shining example of how serving the community and embracing the fundamental Jewish values of goodness, kindness, and tikkun olam can infuse our lives with meaning and purpose. We are blessed by their friendship, inspired by their actions, and indebted to them for the profound impact their contributions have had on our community. Mazel Tov and Yasha Koach to my dear friends Pam and Bruce. May you always continue to shine.
Thank you to our dear friend Ellen for your beautiful introduction and to Westchester Jewish Council for this incredible honor. Thanks to all of you for being part of Time to Shine. In the beginning of the Torah, we read in Bereshit that the first thing God created was light, and God saw that the light was good. 32 and a half years ago, we moved here from New York City and became part of the Westchester Jewish community. And this amazing community has truly illuminated our lives.
17,082,000 minutes, 17,082,000 moments so dear, 17,082,000 minutes. That's how we measure our Westchester years. In meetings, in programs, in rallies, in learning, in celebration, in prayer, in working to unite. In 17,082,000 minutes, that's how we measure our years in Westchester's light.
According to a commentary on Bereshit, light can be seen as symbolizing Judaism's commitment to clarity rather than to mystery, to openness rather than concealment, to study rather than blind faith. This quotation perfectly describes the way Westchester Jewish Council works to achieve its mission. Throughout our Westchester Jewish journey, Westchester Jewish Council has been there every step of the way. We have both been very fortunate to see WJC's impact firsthand as board members and as longtime volunteers with UJA and its agencies.
When I was privileged to serve in Westchester UJA leadership, Westchester Jewish Council was a most important partner. As a member of the founding Parent Advisory Board of J-Teen Leadership, before J-Teen became part of UJA, we were grateful that WJC served as our fiscal sponsor and were ardent supporters.
When I became president of Temple Israel Center, one of the great resources was WJC's President Plus One Roundtable. It enabled me to hear how difficult issues were being handled by presidents at other synagogues. I am now honored to chair this roundtable for WJC, which has been particularly meaningful for our synagogue leaders during this time of COVID and security issues. When Israel faced difficult challenges, we participated in rallies convened by Westchester Jewish Council. Whenever we were unsure if our government leaders understood issues important to the Jewish community, WJC was there to shed light on our concerns.
Today, there are forces of darkness that are trying to extinguish the light through anti-Semitic language and actions. That's why we need Westchester Jewish Council more than ever. It is WJC that convenes, protects, and strengthens our Jewish community while building relationships with the community at large. We are proud to measure our lives by our volunteer work. We are proud to live by the Jewish values we hold dear. We have formed so many special relationships with all of you, our treasured friends and family, communal professionals, lay leaders, volunteers, clergy, fellow congregants, and members of our community. That is the true blessing of the 17,082,000 minutes we have spent in Westchester.
The light is brighter and we are stronger when we stand together as the Westchester Jewish community. Thank you, Westchester Jewish Council, for always lighting the way. We extend our tremendous and heartfelt thanks to the amazing Gala chairs, Ellen and Melissa, the fantastic fundraising chairs, Debbie, Harold, Jeff, Lisa, and Nancy, WJC President Bill, our MC and auction chair Arlene, the wonderful committee, and the spectacular WJC staff led by Donna, Elliot, Pam, Lori, Helene, and Margot. We extend loving thanks to our family and friends for always supporting and taking pride in our efforts to heal the world. We are so proud that our children, Eric and Michelle, are continuing this sacred work.
Mazel tov to Steve and Alan and your families. We are truly grateful for all you do for our community. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the work of Westchester Jewish Council. You have all made this a luminous night we will forever cherish.
Over this past year, the JCC Mid-Westchester has opened our doors widely and re-energized our community by creating new and innovative programming that engages our youngest members to our older adult members, both on our campus and in our broader Westchester community. We hosted a festival this fall that had over 1,000 people in our community dancing, singing, swimming, learning, tumbling, volunteering, creating art, tasting new foods, and planting seeds in our garden. From the JCC Mid-Westchester, it's time to shine with Westchester Jewish Council.
AIPAC launched the largest bipartisan pro-Israel PAC. From AIPAC, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
Here at LT, we have more than 25 small groups, circles of community joining together, from sharing books to biking, parenting circles, full families sharing in community service, making our 850 family congregation hopefully feel like one interconnected family.
From Larchmont Temple, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
Stand With Us is an international education organization that supports Israel and fights anti-Semitism. We have grown our outreach to students, the leaders of tomorrow, throughout Westchester, and look forward to continuing that growth over the coming year. From Stand With Us, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We created the Michael Carnes Conference Center. From Temple Beth Abraham, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We launched a year-long LGBTQ+ inclusion program for 12 Westchester-serving Jewish organizations. From Keshet, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We started a youngish Jewish single adult group. We started a support group for those who've lost a loved one.
And we settled our second refugee family. From B'nai Shalom, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.
We sent more than 250 students in grades 8, 9, 10, and 12, and more than 25 members of the faculty and staff on life-changing trips to Israel. From the LaFell School, it's time to shine with the Westchester Jewish Council.